Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well, having a really great day. This video, want to give you guys the review of the new Volcminer D1 Mini Pre, the 2.2 gigahash at 500 watts Scrypt miner. Well, I'm actually getting about 525 watts on this thing at around 110 volt. Okay, so it's been working over the past couple days. I've had it mining, and I just wanted to show you guys the results where I've been mining it to. And yeah, I haven't had any issues thus far, but it seems to be performing as advertised at the pool level. So throughout this video, I'm mainly going to be talking about the efficiency of this miner and also comparing it to other Scrypt miners that are out there right now, as well as the current profitability, as well as the risks involved in buying this thing. You know, there's one thing that I'm not too fond of right now is that this model doesn't have Wi-Fi. Now, I'm not sure if their new models are going to come out with Wi-Fi, but right now, yeah, it's just Ethernet only. So for anyone that's, which I think this one is mainly targeted for home miners because it's not loud. Okay, it's got quiet fans and it's low power, 500 watts. It can run on, 120 volt, no problem, but there's no Wi-Fi. So that kind of rules out the home miner type of miner for home miners. But thank you to Volcminer.com for sending this to me to review to you guys. And just a disclaimer, Volcminer.com is the actual legitimate domain for Volcminer. Okay, Volcminer.com, where they have sales as well as their firmware updates and support. So don't go to like volcminer.org or volcminer.cn or something like that. They're all scams. There's a lot of scams out there. So please verify the domain, the website that you are looking at when you're going to be like placing an order or something like that. But I'll also talk about a few other options where you can order one of these miners, if you are interested, of course. So I actually did the unboxing already. It came in a box just like this. Looks like kind of like a Apple box. So it came nicely padded and protected in the box. But also during that live stream when we unboxed it, the first impression for me was like, man, this thing actually looks similar to a Goldshell. Okay, so I actually have a ALBox 2 Plus here, okay, from Goldshell. So this is, I think it looks identical. Okay, the body, the Goldshell for the Volcminer D1 Mini Pre here is the exact same shell, essentially. Same power supply positioning, same fan positioning, same... Actually, it looks like the Ethernet is a little bit lower on the Goldshell, and there is Wi-Fi on the AL2 Plus here, okay, but there's no Wi-Fi for the Volcminer D1 Mini here. So a little bit different placement in the I/O, it looks like. And then if we look around the back, okay, I thought I would compare. It looks pretty similar as well to the Goldshell, but a little bit different. So I'm sure, since these are manufactured in China, a lot of these Chinese companies copy each other. So I'm sure that they had the same maybe manufacturer for the casing. And so Volcminer was able to manufacture their really efficient Scrypt miner for Scrypt mining, like this D1 Mini, okay? Which if you were to compare, Volcminer and Goldshell, like Goldshell's latest, Scrypt miner, their efficiency is like pretty high. And then this Volcminer D1 Mini Pre is almost on par to like an L9. So it's interesting for Volcminer, they have a lot more efficient chips, but then they're using the same body or shell as like a Goldshell, but not the same tech, like regarding the efficiency compared to Goldshell, of course. Anyways, let's go in the computer. I want to show you guys the stats of what pool I've been mining to, as well as the web GUI, which looks pretty cool, actually. Okay, so we're in the computer. I haven't logged in yet because I wanted to go through this process, because for anyone that's interested in getting one of these things, just know that the regular root and root password, it's not that for this Volcminer. It's actually root, and then the password is LTC@Doge. That is very strange. Normally, a lot of these companies, ASIC companies, have the same password, default password throughout. But for Volcminer, they decided to change the password, the default password, to LTC@Doge for some reason. I don't know why. I wish they didn't do that, but let me put that in, and we will log in, sign in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I know it says 9 hours and 3 minutes here. I've actually been having it run for more than like 3 days. My internet went out, and so the thing had to restart. Anyways, I've had it, it's been 24-hour average on Viabtc here, viabtc.com. I'm getting 2.2 gigahash, past 24-hour average. Okay, so that is pretty much true to exactly as advertised for the Volcminer. Okay, Volcminer D1 Mini Pre, 2.2 gigahash at 500 watts, plus or minus 5%. So Silicon Lottery, of course, is going to be a variance there, which I'm having that variance around 526 watts for me. Okay, so yeah, here's the web GUI of the Volcminer D1 Mini. And to be honest, I think it's pretty standard, looks pretty cool, and you can see the fan speed. There's only two 80mm fans in this. There's only 2 hash boards as well. You can see the ASIC status, the chip status on each one, which is pretty cool. So it's pretty standard web GUI here. Configuration, you can see in the pool and miner, you can change the fan speed if you want. Customize memory parameters. I don't know what this one does. I haven't touched that. Working mode, there's normal, and there's the 3 pools that you can set up. Okay, so it's been working fine for Viabtc for me. I did have a few other community members. Thank you to Sloth Squatch for testing Mining Dutch for me. He's been mining on Mining Dutch, and that is working just fine. There's a network password upgrade. So yeah, there's no Wi-Fi on this thing. So that's one of the downfalls I found. And I hope down the road they will have Wi-Fi capability on this miner, but just looking at their website, it just says network connection mode is RJ45, so just Ethernet. Okay, it looks like they're not going to add Wi-Fi to this, which is really unfortunate for like the home miner. Then system, you can see tab here, overview. This is more specs, more interesting stuff here. Monitor, okay, so monitoring a bunch of the stuff on the miner. Kernel log, a lot more, I guess, like parameters and such that are showing here. Kernel log, that's pretty cool. There's diagnostics as well. Reboot and clear refine. I don't know what this means. Clear refine. Clear the, this must mean like reboot to factory, I think. That's what they, clear refine. They must did a Google Translate on that. That's really funny. Okay, so yeah, for factory default if you wanted to. So, okay, so yeah, that's the web GUI of the Volcminer. So now let's just quickly talk about the efficiency of this miner. Okay, so what I'm getting, okay, at my 75 Fahrenheit right now, 527 watts right now at the wall, I'm getting about 0.23, almost 0.24 in efficiency. Okay, so that pretty much stacks up near kind of like the Flu miner is. And but almost close to an L9, maybe a few more points off. Granted, my L9, actually takes about like 3,600 watts. So yeah, it's about 2 points away from efficiency against the L9, from Volcminer to the Bitmain L9. But yeah, what I was speaking about before regarding Goldshell, Goldshell's most efficient, Scrypt miner, as I understand right now, is going to be their E-DG1M. Okay, so this one is about a 0.42 in efficiency, or maybe their Mini Doge 3, which is not too far off. So same shell as the Goldshell for the Volcminer D1 Mini, but they're getting almost double the efficiency. Okay, but now you guys are asking, Red Panda, what about the price? Well, yeah, the price is pretty much double, okay, because we're getting, almost double the efficiency compared to Goldshell. The cheapest price I've seen out there, and I know Volcminer has their pricing on their website, volcminer.com, for $15.84. On aslminer.com, it's about $14.81 with shipping for me. So I believe it's cheaper on aslminer.com, but you guys can research. I have a link down below to aslminer.com and maybe a few other resellers if you guys want to check them out. But aslminer.com, so far from what I've seen, has the cheapest price for this miner. But what's the current profitability of this thing? Well, right now, okay, at 10 cent kilowatt hour, okay, the D1 Mini Pre is doing $1.46 a day. Okay, if you had 10 cents electric. If you had free electric, this thing currently right now makes $2.74 a day. But in terms of the yield, this thing is mining about 12 to 13 Doge a day. Okay, that's where majority of the profit is coming from. Now, I know it shows nice hash here. I don't know if this thing works on nice hash, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, it's also mining a little bit of Litecoin and merge mining bells and such, or auxiliary coin bells. Okay, so yeah, it's not very profitable as of right now because of where we are in the state of the market. As of recording, Doge is around 18 cents. Maybe just a couple days ago or a day ago, Doge was about 16 cents. So it's quite volatile, right? Looking at Dogecoin's price, the risk involved here is, does Dogecoin going to go up? from here? You know, is it going to sustain? You know, are these profits going to stay this way? Well, just judging by, you know, the efficiency of this compared to the L9, at least, you know, the Volcminer D1 Mini Pre, in my opinion, over time, over the next couple years, should sustain in terms of being able to stay competitive against a lot of the other hardware that's out there, like the mini Doge 3s. A lot of people have, you know, older L3 pluses that are still running. And so, you know, the Litecoin network hash rate, it's pretty much doubled over the course of the past 3 or 4 months. Okay, so just understand that Scrypt mining, because of how Dogecoin has become so popular, people love, you know, the current profit. Like the Dogecoin miners are near the top of the profitability charts. I mean, they, you know, it makes sense, but also over the past 3 months, the profitability of, you know, let's say like an L9 has been dropping over the past 3 months from, like, you know, this thing is making $50 a day, January. Then February, this thing's making $30 a day. And then here we are in March, right? This thing's now making $17 a day for an L9. So you can see the volatility between, you know, an L9, for instance, a big boy miner. It's quite drastic. But I guess as people that are interested in buying these smaller miners, I guess the risk there involved is it's not as much of a risk because this unit is efficient. It's if you're at home, like, this is going to be tended towards people that have like free power, solar, like you can run this on solar, I'm sure. And yeah, so people are going to look at maybe mining and holding Doge for the long term. And at the same time, you're getting good efficiency because this thing does 2.2 gigahash. So whatever prerogative people are going to be, you know, risking in buying one of these things, it depends what you're doing. Let me know down below if you guys, you know, live in a condo with free power or has solar. That's really one of the popular reasons why people buy these things. I think a lot of big boy miners out there that have, you know, that are mining with L9s and such, they're probably not going to buy this unless they need like a little heater. Right, that's it. Like for me, for instance, I've used a lot of these little miners around the house as heaters, and it's been great. Right, I love it that way. Right, money that I was going to spend on my, you know, electric bill for, you know, baseboard heaters, I'd rather spend on mining and producing heat that way. Right, the byproduct of mining is heat. Right, so it's great that way. Granted, winter is going to be ending here pretty soon, so summer's coming. So I'm not going to be using these as a heater. So anyways, guys, yeah, a lot of you know, things to consider. Do you believe in Doge long term? Otherwise, I think this unit's pretty good for the price. I mean, if Doge goes down in price, this thing should probably come down in price as well, which I have seen come down. Right, the prices of these things are coming. Actually, prices of all Dogecoin miners, Scrypt miners, have been coming down recently. But if Doge, you know, pumps from here, you're going to see a lot of these miners go up in price. So whether or not you think it's a good time to buy this or not, that will be the risk you're willing to take. Anyways, let's go back out. Okay, so there it is, guys. There is my thoughts, opinions regarding the Volcminer D1 Mini Pre. I think it's great. Unfortunately, it doesn't have Wi-Fi, if that matters to you, but it kind of does matter to me because I'd rather use this as, like, you know, a heater, which it does provide a pretty good amount of heat. But yeah, it does work on one 10 volt, 120 volt there. I'm using about 526 watts there. Okay, I did verify it does work on 240 as well. But I think majority of people who are buying this are going to run on, you know, North American 110 volt. But I do like Volcminer's logo there. That's pretty cool. Okay, so that's it, my friends. Thank you to Volcminer.com for sending me their unit here to showcase to you all. Let me know your guys' thoughts about the Volcminer D1 Mini. If you are interested in one of these or like it, links down below to the various resellers if you are interested as well. All right, I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.